So I know it's late and I apologise, but work has been out of order, changing my shifts, making me do lates into earlies, but enough complaining about that. Let's get into Game Week 14 review, a day late and probably a bit late in the day, coming up next. What's up guys, and welcome to FPL Today here on JNO United. And what a game week it was for some, and what a bad game week it was for others. But before we get into all the details of how I did and how the game week looked, if you're a fan of the FPL content, let's try and smash 30 likes for this video. We managed it on the preview, so let's also try it on the review despite the fact it's late. So looking at my game week, I actually did rather well yet again, which is good because I worry sometimes that I'll do all these videos and then end up with a bad ranking, and it's a bit like, why the hell are you talking to us about FPL when you don't have a clue what you're talking about? Which was kind of proven right when I got Alexis Sanchez's price completely wrong in my FPL preview, saying he was still 11.2 million when he's around the 11.6 million mark. Either way, I did manage to get 75 points for the game week when the average was 50, and that was all thanks to Alexis Sanchez. I apologise for getting his price wrong. Please forgive me, the Alexis Sanchez god, and go and have another good game week in Game Week 15. The highest score for the game week was 149. Imagine getting 149 when the average was 50. My game week rank was just over the 500,000 mark, and I now have 789 points and an overall rank of just over 33k. So we're in that 1% now, boys, and that's a lot earlier than we were in it last year. If we look at where I am in the Classic Mini Leagues, in the JNO Classic I am 41st now, and I'm number 1 in the FPL Updates Writers League and number 1 in the JNO Invitational, where I invited a bunch of other YouTubers and FPL people I know on Twitter. As far as the head-to-head leagues, in the old school league I'm now 5th. In the new school league I'm now 1st, so at least I'm proving myself to all the new subscribers I got from 30 days of FPL. And in the so many request leagues I'm now sitting in 2nd, so we're looking a lot better than we were earlier in the season. But it's still a long haul to go, we're not even halfway yet. If we have a look at the Dream Team without a captain would have got you 154 points. Of course, the star man was Alexis Sanchez. With 23 points in this game week, the only player I remember getting more than that since I've really taken an interest in Fantasy Premier League is Sergio Aguero when he scored 5 against Newcastle. Now, West Ham made it easy for him, but Alexis Sanchez proved how explosive he can be, and for those of us that captained him, it could completely change around our FPL season, and for those that missed out on it, it's probably had a really bad knock on your rankings in the FPL. Also coming to the forefront were Harry Kane and Diego Costa, both staking a place to be in your teams if you need to replace Sergio Aguero. Now both of them have been drafted into my team, Diego Costa a while back, and now I've got Harry Kane. Harry Kane looked really good against Swansea, but let's not forget that Swansea have looked really poor defensively, and Diego Costa has proven that he can score against anyone right now, and is a real focal point for that Chelsea attack, allowing the likes of Hazard, Pedro and Willian to play off of him. And let's not forget Benteke coming in this game week and vying for that third striker spot, which for a lot of us has been taken up by Charlie Austin. And now with Sergio Aguero with that horrible tackle getting a 4-match ban, Iheanacho is now also a possibility over the Christmas period. And considering about all the players I've talked about, it's quite obvious that other than the Chelsea players that did well this game week, Spurs and Arsenal really dominated the Dream Team with 2 players apiece in that squad. My star of the week, and it has to go to Alexis Sanchez. When you get 3 goals and 1 assist in a game week and get 23 points overall, you're going to be the star of the week, even if part of me wanted to try and pick someone else to be a bit different. And now comes a big rush where lots of people try and bring Alexis Sanchez into their club, but let's remember this was the same rush that we had with Eden Hazard and now Sanchez, who was taken out by a lot of people for Hazard, is now being rushed back in. I'll be honest, my view is that you should look at one of them and think who is going to score more points in the entire season, unless you're trying to play the fixtures. Unless of course you're going to have both of them and maybe cut down somewhere else. But jumping between the two could backfire on you a lot if you jump between the two at the wrong times and end up losing the points that these star players are getting. And of course, the fall of the week, who else is it going to be other than Sergio Aguero? That tackle was malicious and had intent to hurt David Luiz, who I know he's got a past with, but there's no need for that in the game, especially when you're losing 3-1 and you have very little chance of coming back into the game. Now, it all kicked off after that with Chalobah pushing Aguero and then Fernandinho and Cesc Fabregas getting into a bit of a tussle. Me personally, I think the Chelsea players got off very lightly. Chalobah, while he was defending his teammate, should have at least got a yellow. And Cesc Fabregas clearly slapped Fernandinho to get him to react the way he did. But you know what? Sergio Aguero started it. Man City clearly collapsed. So just blame it all on Sergio Aguero. Thank you so much guys for tuning in to FPL Today, the review, despite the fact it was late. On the screen below you can check out all my social media links, support me on Patreon from $1 a month up, and hopefully soon I should be releasing my t-shirt line, which should be something cool for you guys to get if you want. There will be a link in the description down below if you want to check it out early, get yourself or someone else a Christmas present. I've been JNO, you guys have been awesome, and remember, it's all about the game.